She's at a place in her life where peace is a priority and negativity cannot exist. She's no longer matching energy. She's simply removing herself from any situation that doesn't vibrate her soul. So if you start moving funny, she's moving on.
What's up, my Fina loves? This is Fina D coming to you all from Reunites News.
She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment.
Quickly, before we get to the RHAT and also update on Kenya more, some of you are aware that I've had this for years, but most of you are not aware. I do have my YouTube members only section on a channel. You can just click join if you want to. Over there, you will hear about where I've been, life updates, cooking videos, house tours, everything. Okay, as you can see, I've had it for years. These are some of the videos here, a lot. So I've been posting over there a lot. So if you're not subscribed, go ahead and join, choose your package and subscribe to my members only. I post on there weekly, sometimes daily. I'm back being consistent. I've posted 3 videos back to back since I've been back. So that's where you can go to get an update and tea on me, okay? Vina, my personal life behind the scenes. Also, for those of you who have questions about the boutique is still there. The link is in the description below. I still do have some dresses. The bigger pictures on the screen, those are the dresses that I have left. So if you want to support, you can also click the link and go ahead and support the boutique website and all of that. Now, let's get into the most recent RHOAT. Most of you are aware that I do be posting a lot of content from Kandi Amazon Life, okay? Majority of my most recent longer content videos been from Kandi Amazon Live. As you can see, the thumbnails are on the screen. So when I saw this video a few weeks ago, I was going to post about it and talk about it, but I was like, you know what? I've been posting a lot about Kandi back to back, and it's becoming repetitive, even though we love Kandi and rock with her over here. But let's go ahead and mix it up a little bit and talk about current topic. So I've been posting about the Cardi B trial, which she won, and other things. So for those of you who have missed the YouTube shorts, just go ahead and support the shorter content. But that's what I've been doing. But before we get into what Kandi had to say,
We out here at the Panda Fest. Ace and Blaze about to perform. Yeah. What's up, Brooklyn? We out here waiting on Ace and Blaze. Oh, she coming up.
So Kandi did say that Ace and Blaze were about to perform. Of course, she didn't show their performance because if she did, I would have included it. But it was nice to see Kenya and Brooklyn out there reunited with Kandi and, of course, the kids hanging out. It was a few seconds, okay? But just know that they were together. So not only, is she supporting her girl off the show, they are real friends. They still hang out. The kids still hang out and support each other. Regardless if the video is 2 seconds or not, they are not just RHOA friends, okay? They're no longer on the show. There's no cameras. And as you can see, they are still out there supporting each other. So shout out to Kenya and Kandi. Now let's get into what she had to say about Kenya Moore.
Now,
We were there.
you were also really vocal about Kenya Moore, like supporting her and, how they were disrespecting her in the promos and,
Yeah, well, here's my thing. Everybody was like, why would you say? Here's my thing. That's my girl. And I think people don't understand friendship. Y'all don't understand that my friend could be wrong or do something that's not tactful or whatever, but I can still have a conversation with her separately and not have to drag her publicly about something that she did when, whatever. So at the end of the day,
yeah.
I do feel like, and after it's played out, it was wrong on both sides. And I just kind of felt like, you can't take one off and not take the other off. I felt like that was wrong. You know what I mean? And y'all can disagree with me, but that's how I felt. And I'm definitely going to support my girl and say they didn't even give her the opportunity to come back and apologize. Everybody else got the chance to come back and apologize.
Yeah, yeah.
So, Why she don't get that chance?
Now she gone with the wind fabulous.
Well, she's still fabulous.
Now, why would I go back to that old school?
I feel like if other people win, get to blow back on their husband, need to blow back on that too.
Kenya will always be that girl. Y'all remember Twa? Y'all don't remember Twa? Now why y'all
I remember it.
I remember Twa. Too young to be watching it. Let me
Too young, but
let me get back
it
to
was
the
good,
question.
child.
And after that was posted on other blog pages, I saw comments like, "Take notes, Cynthia Bailey, Miss Flip Flopper. That's how you be a friend." And I will say this again, because I've been saying it for a while. Kenya Moore never had an issue, okay, with Cynthia Bailey saying, "I do not agree with your actions." I've said it in all of my other videos I did on this topic. We've seen Kenya and Kandi have a lot of moments on the Real Housewives of Atlanta where Kandi did not agree with something Kenya Moore did and called her out. They were able to agree to disagree and move forward, because that's what a friendship is. It's how you go about it, okay? All of Kandi Amazon lives, she said over and over again, okay, maybe Kenya took it too far. However, you do not come for someone and expect them to not defend themselves. She never excused Kenya Moore behavior. What Cynthia did was what she normally does, go on her tour and lean into the negativity that people had to say about Kenya Moore, okay? When you know the real person behind the camera and people are going in on that person, that's when, as a friend, you stand up and you speak your truth. Kandi knows Kenya Moore off camera. So every time someone tried to ticket there, she's like, listen, yes, Kenya, she's had her moments and whatever, and we know who Kenya is, but the Kenya Moore that I know, no, I'm not going to bore you by inserting the Eva clip. You all have seen it over and over again. But like Eva said in those videos, the Kenya Moore that I know, and you all remember those videos, Cynthia Bailey never does that. She always lean into the negativity. And when she noticed that people were leaning into, we all need that, we all need friends that hold us accountable and all of that, she decided to lean into that, knowing that is not why Kenya Moore stopped being her friend. And she knows this. But she's one of those people that, you know what, if the public is saying this, then I'm going to go ahead and be on the public side. Look at what she did during this whole situation. She went into different interviews and made excuses for someone who threatened her so-called friend life. Made excuses and said, oh, after watching the episode, yes, what she did was wrong, but she apologized. I never told her to believe that she was going to do anything to harm Kenya. I don't think so. We either gave her grace. She made every excuse for someone who came on this show and threatened the life of her so-called friend, but yet is angry and wants to hold that friend accountable for reacting, but then gave the person who threatened her friend's life grace, knowing this is not even why Kenya stopped talking to her. But because the public, some of them were on her side and the reaction, so she led with that. She went in interviews. I'm not going to put my integrity on the line for this and that, knowing that's not why Kenya Moore was upset. Because we've all seen it with our own eyes, where you can call Kenya Moore out on her ish. She would have the conversation with you and move on. And if that was the case, she would have stopped being Cynthia Bailey's friend a while ago, because we've seen this played out over and over again. And it got to the point where Kenya Moore was like, you know what? I've had it. But here's Kenya Moore, for those of you who missed it, explaining a few weeks ago why she stopped dealing with Cynthia Bailey. The truth, and not the made up, assumption that Cynthia Bailey is running with because the public is running with that.
Okay, somebody wants to talk about Cynthia. Okay, someone says, how do I feel about Cynthia on the reunion regarding me? see. I'm going to get to that. Okay. Cynthia. I'm going to be very truthful right now. The reason first of all, she's not telling the truth about the timeline of, well, she's mistaken. I don't want to just say she's not, lying. I did reach out to and chatted with her via text messages the day after my salon event. I'm not upset with her for speaking her mind. I think she could have handled it differently, but that's not the reason I have not been speaking to her. I thought Cynthia was my writer, one of my best friends, my confidant, someone that I really love and trusted as a sister. We have been through our ups and downs, our lefts, our rights, whatever. But at the end of the day, I thought she was someone that I would always be able to trust. That's not true. There were some private things that I told her, shared with her, and texted her that she shared with someone else.
You're on YouTube.
Okay, thank you. That she shared with someone else. And that really gutted me because in this world of housewives, and you meet people, you form these relationships. Some are because they're work people, they're cast members that you work with, and some they become really a part of your village. I trusted her with my daughter. I trusted her with my secrets. I trusted her with a lot of things. And trust me when I tell you this, I have kept her most private moments, her most private secrets to myself, and have never and will never disclose any private information, specifically speaking about intimate conversations that we've had or text messages that we've had where I'm explaining something in a very intimate way. And I know that she betrayed my trust, and I won't tell you, specifically the people, the why. I know the why. And the why was not for my best interest. It was for hers. And so all this, I haven't spoken to Kenya, all this stuff. Please, just at this point, please stop talking about me. You can stand on your own. You can say whatever you want to say, but please, I'm just saying, please stop talking about me. What you're saying is not true. And, I just don't want that nonsense in my life anymore. I want genuine people who really are on my team, even if that comes down to 2 people, and one of those people is Brooklyn Daly. I'm okay with that. I think I know who my writers are, and, honestly, she's just not one.
Well, there you have it. Kenya Moore explaining why she and Cynthia Bailey are no longer cool. And, maybe in the future, you never know. But Kenya absolutely and definitely tried with that friendship. And shout out to Kenny Burris for always having Kenya Moore back. Now, yeah, we've had some side-eyeing moments when it comes to their friendship. And no one is saying Kenya Moore is a saint either, okay? But you can tell when someone is genuinely a friend, and also when they are friends, for convenience. Every time that someone says something or about them, she never jumps in and say, listen, I hear what you're saying based on what you've seen on TV, but the Kenya that I know, she always go with the flow or allow people to disrespect Kenya in her presence, and she will sit there like her podcast co-host, but that's a different video. I'm wishing them well. I'm wishing all of you well, and take care.
And on that note, life twirls on. Thank you all for your love and support. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up. Also turn on notifications so when I do post, you're aware that I posted. And I will see you all in the comment section. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.